Recently, Swedish Whisky Girl took receipt of a load of really fucking old Islay whiskies, and I was just a touch jealous. And I just remember thinking, oh, I just kind of wish I had lots of old whiskey floating about the place. And then I remembered I do, and I have done for some time, and I've just never really gotten around to it because I've never really known what to do with it. And I figured that me moaning about somebody else having old whiskey is as good as a link as I'm ever going to get to actually do these, because I just kind of bought them sporadically without having a plan for them. So we might as well just fucking drink them, because that's what they're there for at the end of the day. So I have 3 whiskies here. I'm not going to cover all today. I'm going to do them as 3 separate videos, because unlike certain 30-year-old Islay tasting videos that are out there, these have no link to each other whatsoever. They're 3 completely separate. They're not even by the same bottlers or distillers or anything like that. So I'm just going to crack on with them. So I'm going to do one today, which is the, which did I pick? Strathmill. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to put the other 2 up here, out of harm's way. So what have I got today? This is a Strathmill 22-year-old. There is a scary amount of information on such a small label, so I'm going to read it. It's cask 998561. The Octave, Duncan Taylor, they're the bottlers. 50.2% ABV. Single malt Scotch whisky, product of Scotland. I don't even know how they get writing that small on this. This is impressive. I mean, I don't normally do facts with my whiskies, but there's a couple of things that I can tell you about this. So Strathmill, it's based in the town settlement of Keith. It's currently owned by Diageo, and it's usually used as blend fodder for things like J&B whiskey, that kind of a thing. And it's bordering a couple of other distilleries who Strathisle's one, and the other one is Glenmorangie would be a good guess, but it's not right. What's the other one? There's another one. I'll flash it up on the screen because facts are really not my thing. I have no frame of reference for this. Absolutely none. I don't think I've ever tried Strathmill before. I don't think I've tried any mill. I've definitely not tried Daft Mill. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Ow! You just broke my wrist opening that. Oh, that's, does the wax go in it? No, okay, that's fine. Right, let's get it in it. Oh god, no, don't fall down, please. Real Mickey Mouse operation. I mean, I can't compete with some of the other people on YouTube. I mean, it's a good day for me if my ceiling doesn't collapse. Yeah, I'm never going to stop mentioning that. There'll be a PO box down below where you can send flowers. There isn't a PO box, don't. It's fine. Although if you want to bombard me with daffodils, actually, I wouldn't object. I like daffodils. Anyway, I should give this a long fucking time in this glass, and I haven't done that because I'm an idiot. So I could maybe go off and like do chores. I'm not going to do chores. No. I can drink whiskey or I can clean the kitchen. So on the nose, kind of like a marmalade-y kind of a nose. Quite citrus forward, a bit of like lemon pith as well. Got like a really bitter lemon edge to it. Past that, there's like faint notes of brioche. It's quite like astringent and citrusy. You can tell it's relatively strong as well. There's a bit of a prickle on the old nostril hairs. It's like an underlying bitterness. A bitterness? Butteriness. Bitterness. Buttery. Buttery, not bitter. It's not bitter, it's buttery. I can't believe it's not bitter. Butter. No, now it's opening up a little bit. There's like a faint tobacco kind of a thing. Do you know what I am going to do? I'm going to put this down, go away for 20 minutes and let it air in the glass, because the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, it's waited this long, it can wait another 20 minutes, so I'll see you back here in 20 odd minutes. Right, so it has been 20 minutes, actually been close to half an hour if I'm completely honest with you, so that's been plenty of time for this to get some air in it, so I'm going to dive back in now. Now if I remember my notes from earlier, I was saying it was quite lemony and citrusy and fruity, and that's changed, interestingly enough. So actually this is a nice experiment to see, you know, how much does a bit of air help? It's gone much more kind of biscuity. It's reminding me a lot of like digestive biscuits. People might not necessarily know what they are in other parts of the world, but they're I'd have to explain what a biscuit is to American people, wouldn't I? Because a biscuit in America is like a scone, however you want to... I normally say scone, actually. That was a bit weird. Ooh, I'm being corrupted. There's still a little bit of lemoniness and like a citrusy, fruity component to it, but it's gotten more sort of like baked goods, yeasty, brioche kind of a nose. And there is like a little bit like a blueberry kind of an element coming through as well, which I don't think I picked up on before, so that's interesting. But anyway, I should actually drink it, shouldn't I? That's usually a good thing to do with whiskey at any time of the day. Ooh! Fascinating. It's like a dulce de leche kind of a thing going on. Salted caramel, doubling down on the digestive biscuits. They're like sweet meal ones, you know, like the cheaper ones you get. I quite like them personally, but I like a cheap anything, really. It is a little bit one-dimensional in that it's mainly hitting the baked goods ticked box, but not a huge amount else. I say so far the nose is more complex than the actual taste. All of these tasting notes are broadly irrelevant. You can't even buy this stuff anymore. This is just, you have nothing better to do, so you need a bit of white noise on in the background, and I'm more than happy to help if it means I get to drink 22-odd-year-old whiskey. So it's 22, yeah, it's 22, yeah. I'm going to stick a tiny bit of water in this. Older whiskies tend not to need it, so I'm going to go careful, but I think this might benefit from it. Help bring that strength down a little bit as well. The flavour that it does have is really nice, I will quickly say that, but, you know, there's not like a rolling list of various different flavours. It's very much kind of like it does one thing quite well, which is something you tend to get with blend fodder anyway, because you kind of want, like, you know, that one particular note that it hits. Plus it's a single cask as well, so it's difficult to gauge kind of everything about what the distillery is capable of based off of one sample from a distillery that doesn't have a lot of output to begin with. Again, like, the relevance of this video is just eroding as time goes on. I don't really know what I was thinking buying these obscure things, but I'm glad I did. Interesting. It's gone to sort of lemon sif. What kind of like cleaning solution? It was more like an artificial lemon, sort of a citron limon kind of a thing. Maybe a little bit of like red currant as well, quite like a dry fruity note. But honestly, yeah, quite a tannic nose, a little bit of like lemon pith still, but just kind of a bit muted now. The flavour now, there's a bit of like a eucalyptus kind of a twang, but it's still quite one-dimensional. It's got a little bit custardy, it's quite rich. Again, brioche, baked goods, croissants, pain de chocolat. Those little like butter tarts you get sometimes. It's lovely. You know, you could absolutely settle down to a glass of that of an evening. It's got a bit of a prickle in the back, but again, it's quite a strong whiskey. And I don't want to put too much water in this. But the flavour up front is inviting, cosy, buttery, rich. Like a shortbready kind of an element as well. Think of baked goods, basically. This is basically what that is. It's a bottle of baked goods. And it's nice, and I'm enjoying it. Comment down below, have you tried any insanely obscure stuff recently? Because I've got more to get through, so who needs views, right? It's fine. Thumb this video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to see me covering the rest of this range, well, not this range, but this trio of weird bottles that I got, then subscribe to the channel because they'll be coming up at some point. There's a bell as well, apparently. I'm not quite sure what it does. Oh no, press it, see what happens. For now though, thank you very much for joining me, and do join me next time where I'll be drinking something else.